Today I'm attempting to break the world record BART Speedrun. That's visiting all 50 transit stations in the San Francisco Bay Area as fast as possible. It's 8:16 a.m. on a Saturday. Time starts when I leave the station. And that's my train. The current world record is 5 hours, 30 minutes, and 16 seconds. And if all goes to plan, I should beat that and win ice cream. Yep, ice cream. I'll explain later. Here we go. And we're off. The rules of a BART speedrun are simple. Visit every station at least once. Don't leave the BART system. Take a picture at every station. Film as much as possible. And have a witness. But I'm doing this by myself, so I was hoping that you could be my witness. And if I win, I get free ice cream. Though to be honest, that does sound kind of boring. So I'm gonna try to spice it up a little bit. But before that, we've got our first major transfer station, and after that, our first serious hurdle. There are delays, and this could be over before it even gets started, just like last time I tried this. The first section of this journey is from North San Jose to Bay Fair. When we get to Bay Fair, we'll transfer. Perhaps the best part of a BART speedrun is seeing how diverse the Bay Area landscapes are. BART doesn't go that far from its center in San Francisco and Oakland, but we are going to see a lot of different places today.
Now boarding out.
No penis. Station 2, and I'm feeling great.
The doors are closing. Now boarding out. Fremont.
4 stations in, there's 50 total, and I am starting to get a little bit bored. Today should be a pretty good day to do this. The Athletics are out of town. The Giants are playing at 1, which could be an issue, but it is a Saturday. And on Saturday, no one rides BART. Perhaps I'm not bored. I think I'm just actually nervous. I've got a lot to do today, and I have just started. These benches look great.
South Hayward.
All right, time to get excited. I've got my first major transfer. Here we go.
Now boarding out. Bay Fair. Richmond.
Whoops. That was pretty easy.
Now boarding out. Bay Fair. This is a Blue Line train to Dublin Pleasanton.
You heard the woman. I'm heading to Bay Fair, staying on this very train, and heading right back. So far, things are going very well.
I've actually never been on this line of the train, so this is kind of fun. I'm honestly shocked at how effective that connection is. Get off the train, walk across the platform, your next one's there in a second. Now that I've got a minute to relax, perhaps we talk about why I'm doing this whole thing. It is really all about ice cream, but that's for later. The whole thing began when I was wondering, has anyone ever tried to take every single BART line as fast as possible, starting and ending in the same place? No, nobody's ever thought about that. But what people have thought about is trying to visit every single BART station as fast as possible. And that is a full-blown thing. Turns out BART speedruns have had a bit of a renaissance lately.
I'll tell you about the record holders in a second, but first, here are the stations we passed.
Almost to Dublin, and we are late. That is bad news, but we did make it to the end of the route. This is nice because I don't have to get off the train, but connection is tight. Would love to get moving.
Which we finally did. But on our way back from Dublin, we spent a bit of time waiting on the track. Hopefully this doesn't become an issue. And at 9 a.m., seeing Giants fans board for a 1 p.m. game is a bit concerning. When things get really busy, there can be delays. Alright, back to the BART speedrun renaissance.
In fact, a group of Berkeley students just set the world record. A few weeks later, Toma Taulinia found out you could do their route faster by going backwards. He also noticed that the hardest part of this entire thing is what we're about to do right now. This annoying little out and back to the Oakland airport. And we are gonna have to run.
For this, I'm also gonna move all the way to the back of the train. That will give me the shortest possible run to the OAK connector. And the Coliseum coming into view means it's almost go time.
That's my train. Gotta go fast. Oh no. I think I missed it. I don't like this at all. I don't know. Don't like the look of that, but go ballers. I think I may have just failed this challenge, but I do have a backup plan.
Turns out I actually haven't failed the challenge. I'm going to have to make some adjustments, but I can still set a world record. The out and back to Oakland Airport is kinda neat. It takes you on a tour of some of the places where I've filmed in the past, like the Coliseum, this gas station, and the airport itself. After a quick check of the schedule, it looks like I'm gonna have to run back to the Coliseum platform once again.
All right, good news, I still have a chance. I gotta run. My knee is not feeling great, but it looks like the world record could still be mine. I got 2 minutes till my train gets here. I think we are back on track. I'm gonna have to take a different train. My plan is completely ruined, but we still got this.
Now boarding at Coliseum. This is a Green Line train to Daly City.
This is not my first world record attempt, but no matter what happens, it will be my last. My previous attempt was stopped in its tracks before it even began. There was some major fire that melted down the entire BART system. My next attempt was stopped because when it gets super hot in the Oakland Hills, which it does all the time, they run the trains at slower speeds. That could be an issue today, so wish me luck.
One thing about spending this much time on BART is that you're guaranteed to see some interesting characters doing some interesting things.
West Oakland.
Off in the distance is San Francisco and fog. That's where we're headed, and we'll be there soon.
This is a Green Line train to Daly City.
Oh, and by the way, it's impossible to overstate how important Toma Taulinia is to this entire thing. The Berkeley route was originally his route. The route I'm taking right now is his route. And when I break his record, he'll probably come back and break mine.
Now boarding at Montgomery Street. Boarding at Powell Street.
This is kind of sad to see. I'm now the only person on this train car, and there's a bike, which means someone is missing a bike. To be fair, if you look at the map, there are only 2 viable starting points. But if anybody is the guru of this thing, it's him. A BART speedrun starts as a traveling salesman problem. Essentially, we need to figure out what is the fastest way to visit all of these stations. This map is very not to scale, but if you took a look at a real-life version of one, you'd realize there's only 2 starting options. One down here in San Jose, and the other up in Antioch. So you'll either start or finish in those locations. After that, it's just a matter of looking at the schedules to figure out what the fastest way to do this is. And turns out the best place to start is North San Jose.
Now boarding at the doors are closing. Daly City. Glen Park.
Balboa Park, I got good news, I got bad news. This is basically the end of the Green Line, and I've got to make a transfer here. Unfortunately, I can only take the Red Line train. Yellow train is not an option because it doesn't go all the way to Millbrae. And for that, we have a bit of a wait. All right, let's see what the deal is. Let's see what we got. Outside lanes. I took a look at the schedule and it seems like there is a chance if I make a tight connection in Richmond that I could still break this world record. To be clear, things are not going well right now. In fact, this whole day is going very poorly. But the fact that I've still got a shot is good enough for me. This hurts. That's not my train. But the next one is. All right. There we go.
The nice thing about this train is we're back on track and I'll be on this very train for 3 hours.
That's an exaggeration, but I will be on this train for a while without any transfers. And that gives me a chance to take a look at the famous San Francisco fog. It is August after all. Time check and it's 11:11. Make a wish. Mine is that you enjoy this video, and if you do, make my day and hit subscribe.
Recently, I've been going on these 9 to 5 adventures. Things where I can go out and explore and be home in time to make dinner. Today, I'm gonna have to hustle, but I still think I can do it. Let me know if you want to see more like this. Oh, and the ice cream. I need time to stop for ice cream if I'm successful. Lottie's. It's really good.
Leaving Millbrae, the end of the red line.
And that means that we don't have to take another picture for a while. We are now backtracking on the red line, so maybe I'll just take a nap. Just kidding.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
I actually began this day in Oakland, and I'm now headed back to Oakland, but I almost missed my train there. 6 a.m. I'm not even at the start line yet, but somehow I am already late. Turns out the best way to get from Oakland to Berryessa is BART.
Now boarding up. Ashby, now boarding up. Cab closing. Please stand clear. Don't delay the platform. Clear the doors.
Richmond at the other end of the red line. I've got to take another helicopter red train to get back down to MacArthur, which will be my second to last transfer. That's when things will get interesting. I think I see my train. Yep, there it comes. Beautiful day out here, oh my God. All right, time check, 4.5 hours. Looks like we're cutting it a little bit close, but there's still an hour to get to Antioch. That's my train.
Richmond.
You might be wondering what someone does while engaging in a BART speedrun, and the truth is, a lot of it is very boring. You can learn Spanish. Gracias. I spent a lot of time stressing over schedules. You could watch YouTube videos from your favorite creator, but honestly the best thing to do is just look out the window.
After many hours on BART, the fatigue really set in. This is a long and fairly pointless journey. There is the ice cream aspect, but I'm tired. I'm getting bored, and I'm really starting to question the life choices I've been making recently.
Honestly, one of the hardest parts of this is not being able to go to the bathroom. There's just not enough time between transfers.
Speaking of transfers, here's another tight one.
Gotta hustle.
Here in Oakland, once again, I've got one more transfer to go to the E-BART, but I think we got a shot. 2 minutes till my last train. Not bad.
The ride from Oakland to Antioch is a long one, but it's beautiful. We raced some cars on the highway and took in the rolling hillsides. This also happens to be why my last speed run was unsuccessful. It gets hot out here. Really hot. Of course, we stopped at a whole bunch of stations on the way.
I just checked the BART schedule to make sure everything is still on time, and I cannot believe what I am about to tell you. The schedules are changing tomorrow. There is going to be a better way to do this. But hey, records are meant to be broken.
That's BART. That's E-BART.
This is my first time on E-BART, and I wish it weren't. The ride is smooth, quiet, and the train is clearly nicer than mainline BART. But I'm nervous. We will know in just a few minutes if I've broken a world record.
I told you before that this whole thing was really just about ice cream, and I meant it. Win or lose, I'm getting ice cream. That is so good. I'm here in Antioch, the end of the Yellow Line train, and the end of my journey. My final time, 5 hours and 50 minutes. Not first place, not even second. So what went wrong? Remember when I said I may have just lost this challenge? I think I may have just failed this challenge. Well, turns out I was right. Total cost, including ice cream, trip to the starting line, and trip home from the finish line, $40.35. $9 of which was ice cream. But again, this was about ice cream and having a weird adventure. So if you liked it, hit subscribe and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.